Rob. How you doing, Rob? I was just on here a minute ago and I got kicked off because I got a phone call. I get a lot of telemarketers because I have a business, but does anybody know, like, it shouldn't interrupt the Periscope when you get a phone call, or do you have to, like, shut off your cellular data or something? That's kind of strange. Anyone have any questions for me, like, to kind of get me going? Because I'm not sure who's in the room that wasn't before. It's not like there's like 100 people in here. What the hey, how you doing? So this is a picture of me. I printed out today to hang on the wall kind of by my bed, just to give me an idea of where I was six and a half years ago about. Good, I'm glad to hear that. Hey Kendra, hey, when you get a phone call when you're on here, does it just always freeze up, or is that just like a, yeah, I got a phone call from a probably telemarketer, but do you have to like shut off your phone service? Anyway, I guess there's a couple more people than I had in here in the past, which is kind of cool, but I don't want to like stop my broadcast or whatever just to get that. Put on airplane mode. Oh, that's a good idea. I should have done that. So I'm sorry if this cuts out, then, you know, I'll get back on here some other day. But yeah, anyone have any hi Paleo Cave Woman, hey Dad, I just got a phone call, so I got booted off here, and I didn't put it. Kendra suggested putting it in airplane mode, but maybe I'll just do that next time. Eyeballs. No worries, it happened. Yeah, stuff happens. You just gotta kind of move on from things. That's what happens. That's what I tell a lot of people when, you know, when it does come up, when I tell them what happened to me, I kind of just tell them you move on and do the best you can, because it's kind of what I learned from my dad, right? I didn't get that what you wrote, Kendra, but do you guys want to see around? Cat ... thumbs up. Does that mean you're leaving? Anyway, I'll show you guys around the office I'm working at. This is yes, no. This is the server I work on. Okay, gotcha. These are this is like kind of an external backup. I also have them set up on Carbonite, do all their, and I do like this for a living, kind of. I do computer work. It's kind of tell some people sometimes I'm just a geek squad kind of thing, but I have some education and a lot of experience to back it up and do a lot more like consulting type stuff and recommendations and things. But see, down the hallway here, it's kind of dark until I go into this is one of the owners. His computer is probably the one of the best running, because he doesn't mess with it and do kinds of weird things on there, and he always likes to get it. Wait, how long did it take you to get your degree because of the brain tumor? So that's a good question. Thanks, Kendra. So yeah, 6 classes shy of getting my degree in computer science. That's when I had my second brain surgery, and that's when I got out of the hospital. In 2009. Then I think in 2010, I tried to go to school with Kendra, and as soon as I got in the parking lot, I got out of the car with, you know, my sweats on, because pretty much that's what you wear after you've had a stroke, just because they're easier to get on, and kind of that's just the whole motto of everything, I guess. But so sorry, sometimes I get lost there. So trying to turn the light on with my left hand too. Where was I? Yeah, so I got out of the car and I decided I couldn't even, you know, I didn't have it in me to even go. And it was just like it wasn't even a class I needed. It was like a adaptive PE class. It probably would have helped me, but I just wasn't ready for it at the time. And then I think a year later or so, I tried taking linear algebra, which is, I don't know if you guys know that course, but it's not an easy class. And I did the summer school like 7:30 in the morning. Don't know how I got past it. I got a C. Stroke, is that why you had surgery? No, I had surgery because I had a benign brain tumor, and it was actually my second surgery. And during the surgery, I had the stroke because my surgeon accidentally cut an artery. So I woke up kind of with the stroke and just not being all with it and being able to understand kind of what was going on with me. But I figured it all out and doing pretty well now. I'll continue on here. Oh yeah, the schooling. So yeah, pretty much from that point on, I did, one class this semester, and with some like frustration at first, I didn't get through Calculus 2 the first time I took it. I got like a D, I think, but I took it again from the same teacher. Actually, you know what? I think I didn't get through that class twice. The professor, that was a major problem. That guy's not my favorite. That professor wasn't very understanding. But the third time I took that class, and actually it wasn't even the third, it was probably more like the fifth, because it was the third time just at AR, which is a community college. My professor is more understanding. It was a woman, and I went to her office like almost every day and did extra studying in there and asking questions and all that. What is that? Anyway, so I got through Calculus 2, and the other thing too is that I had all the hard classes I saved for last. I had surgery because I had a benign tumor that was, the first time was the size of a large lime, so it was causing a lot of, moving the brain around in ways that it shouldn't be, kind of. I don't know if you're familiar with the ventricles in the brain that are kind of like drain holes, and they help the spinal fluid leak down into your spine where it needs to go. And mine was almost completely closed off because of the size of the tumor. So anyway, like just continue on doing the one class at a time, and just graduated last year with a computer science degree, and couldn't be happier with that. So this is another, there's about 6 people in this office, and I'm here partially today because she was having trouble printing earlier, so I'm going to take a look at that. Do you have a shunt? So after the first surgery, it was about a 50-50 chance I was going to have to get one. I can explain for everyone in the room real quick if someone doesn't know. The shunt is just... it gets your brain fluid from your brain that can't get down there, or is it hydrocephalus, I think, or when too much fluid builds up in the brain, it's not good. So the shunt helps get the fluid down to your different parts of your body. Like I think sometimes I know some people that have them drain in the stomach or in other areas, but yeah, that's right. Yeah, so, I didn't, the first surgery, I didn't need one. The second one, my surgeon didn't even talk about it beforehand, so I think he was pretty confident that I wasn't going to need one. But, and don't get me wrong, because the stroke happened, I don't think that he was a less qualified surgeon. I think he was very qualified and he did a great job, but, things happen. And just got to go with it, right? And this is the name of the business I'm at right now. So this is, and a lot of them that work here, they're all, not all, but I should say probably 4 out of 6 of them are related in the same family. So let's see, that's front desk. She gets the mail and does some accounting stuff, and they're a contracting business, so let's see. 4 brain surgeries. Now I have a shunt. So I was curious because the biggest thing for me, that was important, the shunt thing, because I think I was worried because I was really into swimming, and I didn't know. Can you go underwater with the shunt, or what's the thing on going under the water there? Can you do it with, like, I'm not sure how that works exactly. keep walking you guys around here. So this is their conference room. I don't know. Yeah, you can't go in one. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's because that was a big thing for me, because I used to, I haven't done it lately or since my stroke, but I used to do like abalone diving. I grew up on a swim team, played water polo and everything. So let's see. So they are contracting business. I don't know if in this room you guys saw their plans and everything. They do pretty good work. They've got some good contracts and stuff, so people really like their work. So back in here, hey, excellent. Yeah, it's really nice to meet you guys. If you add me, or if I look back and see this, I can add you. If I'm not already following you or whatever, and then I guess the hearts help me spread the word, so hearts are always appreciated. Thanks, whoever doing the pink ones. Anyway, so this is another room, and I guess he was having some printing issues too, so I'm going to look at his computer. And I really like Dell computers. Usually I go with them. This is a Optiplex 710, and if you're ever running a computer like a Dell or going to get a Dell or something like that, Optiplex is pretty good. It's not top of the line, but they use pretty good components in those systems. And if you're just getting Inspiron like off the shelf or something, they usually, or a lot of times they'll have just components from wherever they can get them cheaper. Let's see here. And I also got them the gold tech support, so it's like next day if a hardware component fails or something, so they send a hard drive the next day or whatever. This is another room here, and she does a lot of the invoices and stuff. She's also she's a cancer survivor and going through a lot of testing right now at Stanford, and does a lot of that kind of stuff. She has some kind of neat stuff up in her room. She's got that, and some kind of neat stuff she puts up here. We did have, a while back, we had a break-in in this room. They broke the window right down here and came in and took a computer, and we had to replace it. That's another thing I can suggest. Let's see. Tell them to hire you. They might need to, right, pretty soon, because a few of them are going to retire, I think. But yeah, so a good thing to have even for your home computer. I have lost a lot of eyesight because of brain swelling and pressure on my optic nerve. Is it permanent, did they tell you, or is it something that you can work to regain? That's my question for you. Yeah, so you can get these, it's like a $10 lock, and it locks to the back of the computer. There's like a little spot, and you can wrap it around like a metal post or desk leg or whatever. Makes it a lot harder, like if a criminal comes in and they're in a hurry, smash and grab or whatever, and they can't just take it without like a tool or cutting a wire or, a cable. It might protect you from. And then the other thing I suggest is doing like a Carbonite or Backblaze or some kind of online data backup, so all your data is safe. It's permanent. That's too bad. Is it in both eyes, or and is it yeah, that's really hard, because I know what it's like for any type of vision issue. Like after my second surgery, I had some trouble with my vision, where legally blind now, both eyes. Yeah, I have a really good friend that I ride bikes with a lot, and he's legally blind, and he rides his bike to work every day, but he's got this I'm not sure what it's called, but it's this disease where it just gets worse and worse, so he doesn't know and he's hoping like some research and or stem cell something. I don't know, who knows, someday they might have that for my tumor, to a magic pill or something for both of us, and we can be fully cured, while we're here on Earth. But I can do some things. Oh, sure. I mean, I'm sure you can do plenty of things. There's a lot more to just that, a lot more to life than just being able to see perfectly. I had issues after my surgery with double vision and being able to read a line, and then my tracking, like I'd skip 3 lines it was very frustrating. I didn't want to even look at a computer, and that was my life. That's what I did before, was work on computers. I didn't want to look at a computer, read newspaper, read a book. I didn't want to do anything like that. So the person that works in here, yeah, there are lots of things. Yep, definitely. Do you have any assistants or for your computer, like visual assistants turned on? Brain tumor. Yeah, I've heard that before. The shrinking of the brain tumors. Mine, though, I'm not sure it would be responsive to that, because it's not. It's the cells are actually dead. They're, it's not the same as a lot of tumors. It's actually 1% of all brain tumors. The type that I have, it's really uncommon. They're dead skin cells is what the tumor is made up of. Yeah, so the guy that works in here has like really high resolution. Yeah, it's cool that do you have Windows or a Mac? So he's got really high resolution. I don't know how he sees it sometimes, but he's pretty clean about his computer, and because there's different things. There's things like let's see. I guess there's Mac. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't have much experience with the visual assistant stuff on the Mac, but if you say it's pretty good, that's awesome. I'll have to look into it. Yeah, there's OCD, walking around your house, and there's OCD on the computer. I think I have like a little bit of both. But yeah, so that back there in the dark is just like a filing room. And hey, Kendra again. So this is the owner, the other owner, his wife, and let's see, her computer is usually pretty clean. The one that I have a lot of trouble with is the one I was showing you in this room over here. And it's because she plays games a lot. And that's kind of, it's kind of like putting a net out to catch, viruses or spyware and spam and all kinds of garbly goo. But for the most part, this computer stays pretty clean, and, I just do routine kind of maintenance stuff on it. She is a Dodgers fan. I got her a while back, those Dodgers pens. I think I found them at the 99-cent store. But anyway, I'm not a Dodgers fan, but I don't know. Actually, she's still got this up too. What kind of bike do you ride? I have at home, how did you know I ride bikes, by the way? Is this one of Kendra's friends? But, yeah, at home I have, they're both, 2 Giants. One of them's a Giant Roam. It's like an adventure style bike. It's like in between. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I forgot I wrote that on there. So, yeah, it's like an adventure style, it's more like a mountain bike. It has a front shock, but you can lock it out for riding on the road, and usually I do that. I also bought a full carbon road bike, a flat bar road bike. Yeah, hybrid. And the flat bar road bike is really nice. Yeah, so the only modification I have on there for my stroke is I have hard, mobility for my thumb, like getting it down to switch the gear. Like most of these 3 fingers are pretty good at doing stuff. When I reach out, my thumb and main finger want to kind of come in like that. Someone commented on my post, yippee. So anyway, did you guys hear that or not? Yeah, so like the gear box on the left side, my friends moved underneath the gearbox on the right side so I can more easily change my gears. Yeah, if you guys want to look at Instagram, I post a lot of pictures from my bike rides and some therapy type stuff I've done and some balance activities. I don't know if I showed you guys Phineas and Phineas and Ferb, or I forgot, but yeah, I bought her that like at Disneyland time before last time we were there. But yeah, I think oops, I just hit back and then almost accidentally canceled it. But anyway, yeah, if you guys follow me, I'll follow back, or have any questions about anything else. Let's see, I'm gonna flip that around. Any other questions before I go, or should I say sayonara for the day? Hey Kendra, are you still here? Thanks for sharing. Yeah, no problem. That's what I'm on here for, is to share my experience, and hopefully I'll help others someday. I've been working on it. It's probably gonna take a while, but there's a book I'm kind of working on writing, and explaining my history and what happened with me, and what's helped me come back, because I was pretty much bottom of the line. Thanks for the information. Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, I was, someone just joined, I don't know. I'll show you a picture of where I was a while ago. This was 6.5 years ago. A little bit after my stroke. But, just finished up a blog post. What are we eating for dinner later? This is always fun. Okay, Kendra, see you later. Yeah, so follow me, you guys. I'll follow back. I try to post about all kinds of things, and on my Instagram account is @strokerecovery, and I just last thing I guess I'll say is just never give up on your dreams and stuff, because the second you give up, you can always change your mind, but yeah, thanks man, I'll follow you right back. Yeah, when you give up, then there's, you lose the chance of ever being able to reach it. But when you try, right now, I never in my wildest dreams thought I'd be able to run again. The other day I just purchased a brand new pair of running shoes, so I am running right now. Some people can walk faster than I run, but see you later, Dad. So it's just, biking's probably helped me the most, because last year alone I biked over 3,200 miles. So, and after my stroke, I gained a lot of weight and stuff, because I was so sedentary and not eating right and stuff like that. 270, now I'm like 215-ish. But yeah, I'll follow you guys back, and then maybe we'll talk again. Maybe I can watch you guys online. So take care, you guys. See ya. My thing's not working now.